everyone. My name is Ryan Cam, and there's going to be no 2000 project this week because Russell was indisposed. However, we will be returning with that next week. But I wanted to upload something on this Friday, and I just didn't know what. And so I just started thinking to myself and thinking to myself, and I randomly opened up my Regal app to see what all was coming out this weekend, getting four movies. And we're getting the Looney Tunes movie, which Looney Tunes Back in Action video is up now. Watch that if you're so inclined. And then I found out that Steven Soderbergh is directing another movie. And I had known this I had known this beforehand, but I said found out when in reality I just remembered that he had another movie coming out. And it led me to think of his other movie he directed this year and how I think the movie's really good. So here are my brief thoughts on Presents. Presence was directed by Steven Soderbergh, who, in his career, has directed a movie about a woman going insane in a mental asylum, Logan Lucky, and whatever the Magic Mike movies are. You cannot say that that man does not have range. It stars Lucy Liu and Chris Sullivan, among others, and it tells the story of a family who is moving in to a new home. Nothing really out of the ordinary with that, right? Well, the home appears to be not necessarily haunted, but, well, let's just say there's something that moved into the house with the family, a presence, if you will. And the movie tells the story from the point of view of said presence and the slow realization on behalf of every member of this family that they're not alone. This is one of my favorite movies that I've seen all year so far in terms of 2025 releases. I greatly enjoyed this one, and I feel like there's a lot of things wrong with this movie when it comes to marketing because I heard that this would chill you and this was a incredibly scary movie, and there are definitely some chilling moments, but there's a lot of hype and hyperbole behind it. And I get it, marketing, you kind of have to do that. But really, this is not like something like, say, Poltergeist, where the ghosts are coming out of every nook and cranny of this house and trying to drag Carol Ann to literal Christian hell. That's not the movie you're in for with Presence. This is very much a meditative, somber, morose kind of movie. It it's slow, despite the fact that it's about the 90-minute mark, but I really did enjoy it. The biggest star in this movie is Lucy Liu. Not only has she aged like a fine wine, but she does give a very good performance here. Ditto Chris Sullivan. Really, this movie is a family drama disguised as a ghost movie for lack of a lack of a less elegant comparison. Because, again, without giving too much away, there is a lot going on with this family. They've experienced a lot of problems in in the not too distant past. Lucy Liu's character is going through great stress at her job. There's something sus going on that she may be involved in that the movie doesn't really explain too much. Chris Sullivan plays a man named Christian, who is the patriarch of the family, but he struggles not only connecting with his son, but seeing that his daughter is struggling and trying to be there for her, and Lucy Liu's character being very much not like in her daughter's corner, but holding up her trophy son, who is a swim champ and just the best at everything that he does. There's a lot going on here, and in kind of a found footage way, the movie is presented in a sense that it's not like it's not like conversation that you can just see like reading off of like a script. You sometimes catch these conversations in mid-stride, and so you have to put two and two together to figure out what all is going on here. There are breadcrumbs of what's going on, but Soderbergh does a good job of not really tipping his hand. But there's enough going on here to where you can look at it and go, you people are going through a lot, and it very clearly shows. And there is a great theme throughout of the past and trying to forget and bury the past, but the past just coming back to haunt you. There's a lot going on with that. It's important to note that the screenplay was written by David Koepp, who not only is he a very famous screenwriter, he wrote the screenplay for Jurassic Park, you may have heard of it, but he also wrote and directed a movie called Stir of Echoes, which I covered in the 1999 project with, ironically enough, Russell Howell. We both loved that movie because it's very much about the past coming back to haunt you. And ironically enough, Stir of Echoes is about a haunted house and a family trying to deal with it. Kind of similar to what's going on in Presence. However, while Stir of Echoes is more loud and bombastic with their ghosts, Presence really is not. It's minimalized quite a bit. I was riveted by this family, and really, by the end of the movie, you really get on board with everyone, and I appreciated the spirit of that. I don't know how much I should talk about this, but I'll just go out and say that there is a significant twist that happens in the final 10 minutes of the movie. I'm not a huge fan. I'm a fan of the overall decision, but I'm not a fan of how it was executed. That has a lot to do with the length of the movie and how the movie, like I said, is about 90 minutes, like 85 to 90 minutes. I feel like the movie could have been longer, if for nothing else, to help aid the twist a little bit and not have it feel so forced. I hope that makes sense. I've thought about this movie quite a bit since I first saw it in mid-January, and I do like what they went for and they tried to do. I feel like the execution was a bit rushed, and I hope that makes any sense without spoiling anything. Ultimately, though, I'm going to give this a great rating, but a very high great rating. Not a full-on amazing. I do feel like this movie does have a couple flaws, but in the grand scheme of things, this movie is quite underrated, and I think that Steven Soderbergh just he understands horror. Between Unsane and this, I feel like he has a good eye for horror just in general. I have not seen Black Bag as of the time of this recording, but I do plan on seeing it, and I sincerely hope that it is good. But if you've seen Presence, what did you think of it? Let me know in the comments. I would love to read what you have to say. I feel like this might be a very divisive movie, and I can understand why someone wouldn't like it, but I am interested to know. My name is Ryan Cam. I'll see you in the next one.